Welcome to Sports Talk.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm Nick from Top-Notch Sports. And today we're going to move over to the 2021 NFL Draft for the Indianapolis Colts. Now, Colts fans, listen. Mike liked Carson Wentz. I like Carson Wentz. We like your team. We like Frank Reich. Big fans. Mike was a huge fan of Frank Reich well before I was. Mike opened up my eyes with Frank Reich back when he was in Philly. When he went to Indianapolis, I started to like Frank Reich. I'm just kind of delaying this here because I don't know many of your draft picks. I'm going to be honest with you. Mike has a few more guys noted down than I do. But let's just hop right into this and go with our first pick, Kwity Paye. Go ahead.
Okay, now I do like Kwity Paye. I believe Kwity Paye was my number one edge rusher coming out this year. I think the upside is tremendous. I think he's very fast for his size. I believe he ran a 4.57 as a big guy coming off the edge. Got some burst off the ball. He's dangerous. Like, he's got dangerous type of speed when getting to the quarterback. I saw him rush from the defensive tackle position on some tape, and it looked pretty impressive also. But I will say I got one problem with him. He's a little raw. For where he was drafted and how hyped up he was, like, I see the potential when I watch the film, but I'm a little nervous about his, like, I think he needs to add more pass rush moves. I just think he's somewhat raw. And the problem is he's only started 19 games in college. So I'm excited for the pick. I like the pick. I like the prospect. I don't know if he's going to come in and be phenomenal right away, but I think the Colts defense, which is a solid defensive group, can help this kid out a lot. And I think this kid should be ready and should make an impact soon. I want to see it soon out of him for this to be a good pick.
Yeah, look, Indianapolis Colts, you guys select Kwity Paye in the first round, and I know how much media hype he got. And like Mike said, believe me, there was stuff there that I liked when I watched this film. I think he was a great run defender. He also has a great burst of acceleration when he goes after the football, right? The ball carrier, whether it's a running back or the quarterback rolling out. He really chases him down well. Great pursuit, great acceleration. He's a finesse rusher who can beat defenders around the edge. Not great pass rushing, but when he wins, it's because of his finesse. Can play all over, like you said, inside or outside, which makes him very versatile. I love his versatility. I think he's really good run defender. I think he's an okay pass defender. This kind of reminds me of a guy, and yes, I'm a Raiders fan. It reminds me of Cleve Farrell. He is a guy that is a great run defender, not going to really ever be a great pass rusher, in my opinion. He has great pursuit. Same thing with Clay. But Kwity Paye, man, big guy, 261, can chase you down. Great run stuffer. I just don't see it with his pass rush, which is fine. You don't need to be a great pass rusher in the NFL. You can be a great role player and be a good run stuffer. If you do your job right, you do your job right, and it's a great pick. The thing to me is that I don't think he's going to be that fancy pick, that next to Forrest Buckner or one of those type guys where they get after the passer every play. So I like the pick. I don't love the pick. He was my fourth ranked edge rusher, and I grade this pick a B-. Let's go to the next guy, Dayo Odeyingbo.
Yeah, now this is another guy, Nick, that is kind of similar in a sense. He's not as good of a pass rusher as Kwity Paye. Like, Kwity Paye is great disrupting the run, but this guy is pretty much, that's all he does is disrupt the run. He stands at like 6'6", 276 pounds, and I believe he tore his Achilles. Oh, let me look at my notes. Yeah, he tore his Achilles after the 2020 season. So he's definitely there's definitely question marks. I question this pick in the second round. I definitely do. But he's a freak, good combination of size, speed, and athleticism. He's got a great frame, not a great pass rusher, but he can tackle and clog up the holes in the run game. And I think that's what they're going to have him do here in Indianapolis. This is kind of a question mark pick, in my opinion. I'm not a huge fan of this one. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not a huge fan of this one. I guess the potential is there, but the guy got hurt, only really had one solid season in college. I can look at him and tell you he can't rush the passer. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do with him.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you guys. Again, I scattered 250 guys. I have no idea who he is. Do you know Kylan Granson?
No.
Sean Davis?
No.
Sam Ellinger? I know you do know.
Sam Ellinger, I do know. Hold on, let me pull up my notes on Sam Ellinger. let's see where I had him. I had him ranked Sam Ellinger. Actually, I was impressed with Sam Ellinger from what I saw of him. I had Sam Ellinger ranked as my 8th quarterback in this draft. So I do think this is a good pick for the Colts. This guy probably won't see the field as long as Carson Wentz is there, if Carson Wentz shows some type of production whatsoever. But I do think Sam Ellinger, I liked what he could do, Nick. He played with like that Baker Mayfield, Zach Wilson kind of cockiness and grit. He was a full-time starter. He started for this team for 3 seasons. So you like to see that. You like to see that right off the bat, knowing he has experience and he can lead through some adversity. They never had a real solid team, but I watched him. He can make most of the throws on his field. He's got a good arm. He can run a little bit with his legs. So I like this pick at the value where they selected him. What pick is this? Pick what?
This was the 218th pick in the 6th round.
I absolutely love this pick for the 208th pick. I'd like to see a couple things out of him. He needs to get better with the deep ball accuracy. He's got the arm, but it's not always where he wants to put it. And he is another type of guy that tries to play hero ball too much. Instead of throwing the football away, he will turn the football over, some stupid mistakes trying to force it. That's something he needs to stop in the NFL if he wants to have a career.
And look, this is something that I know Colts fans know, but if we do got any other listeners that aren't Colts fans, and maybe just a reminder for us, I was just saying, I was like, why do they do this? But you gotta remember, they don't have Jacoby Brissett anymore. Wentz, Jacob Eason, Sam Ellinger.
Mm-hmm.
I like Jacob Eason. I really like Carson Wentz. And I don't know Sam Ellinger, but they needed a third quarterback. So this is, from what it sounds like, a really good depth piece. Maybe future, who knows, right? If Carson Wentz isn't paying out good, which I think you and me both believe that Carson Wentz honestly can elevate this team to make a playoff push, a strong playoff push. I mean, this team might be my sleeping team this year. You know what I said this team didn't do with Andrew Luck that one year? I had this team being my Super Bowl contender before he retired that season, that off season. I had that being my team. Carson Wentz, I feel like you saw what Phillip Rivers did last year, and Carson Wentz doesn't lack an arm or mobility that Phillip Rivers did. So I'm excited to see what this Colts team can do. Do you have the last pick graded? Mike Strachan or Will Fries?
No, I do. I wish this Colts team in the second round would have looked to add a weapon outside of instead of another defensive lineman. I would have liked to see them add another weapon for Carson Wentz to get the ball to.
I agree. I agree. I don't even know that guy. Believe me, there was plenty of playmakers. I kind of question the pick myself. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. All right, so look, this is what we're looking at here. Okay, we're looking at a team that me, I only knew one pick. You knew what? 3, 4?
Kwity Paye. Yeah, I knew 3.
3. So what's your draft grade here?
I like Kwity Paye. The second pick I don't care for at all. I'll come out right out and say, Colts fans should have went with a receiver here. Should have added one more weapon for Carson Wentz to get the ball to. I still think that offense lacks weapons. I like Jonathan Taylor. I like Michael Pittman. I believe T.Y. Hilton is still kicking, but he's a very injury-prone player, T.Y. Hilton, and I would have liked to see you add another young receiver to learn from him. I like the Sam Ellinger pick, not for now, but I think he's got good potential down the line. But that second-round pick is seriously, seriously bothering me, and it's causing me to give you a C+ in this draft.
Well, again, I wish we could change, but we just can never change paths here, Mike. I only knew one guy, okay, and I knew Kwity Paye, and I gave that a B-. Considering I don't know anybody else, and I'm not going to grade you on, I'm not going to say, well, this pick's a D and this pick's an F, because I don't know them. I didn't scout them. If they made my big board, I scouted them. I scouted 250 players. Unfortunately, the players that you drafted, I didn't scout. I did scout Kwity Paye, and I think that pick was a B-. I'm going to knock you down one grade to a C+ just because I don't know your other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 draft picks. And I wish I knew at least 2, 3, or 4. If I did, then I could give you a little bit better grade if you drafted well. Considering I knew one, and like Mike said, you didn't get another weapon at the wide receiver. I love Michael Pittman. And T.Y. is getting old and up there in age. I like Mo Alley Cox as a tight end. I love Jonathan Taylor. He was my favorite running back in last year's draft. And I like Carson Wentz. You have a great offensive line. I just wish you would have gave Carson Wentz another weapon, like Mike said. Fortunately, you didn't do that. C+ is my draft grade. Look, for coaching grades, more debates, and where we think you guys are going to rank in the division and possibly go further. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe. We got much more coming your way. See you guys soon. Peace. We are
Built Better.
See you guys soon. Peace.